3 in the morning. Your eyes open in the dark. The house is silent. Your phone says 3:07. You weren't dreaming. You weren't woken up by a noise. You're just awake. You roll over. You try to fall back asleep. And somewhere in the back of your head, you think something is wrong with you. It isn't. For 300,000 years, this is exactly what humans were supposed to do. We've all been told what sleep is supposed to look like. You go to bed. You sleep for 8 uninterrupted hours. You wake up. Anything that breaks that block, middle of the night waking, racing thoughts, lying there in the dark, wondering why your brain won't shut up, is a disorder. It has a name, sleep maintenance insomnia. There are prescriptions for it. There are clinics. There's a $90 billion sleep aid industry built on the idea that one solid block of unconsciousness is what a normal human does at night. It isn't. The 8-hour block is younger than the light bulb. Almost no human, in almost no place, in almost no period of history, ever actually slept that way. What you're doing at 3 in the morning, that's the old way. The 8-hour thing is the experiment that failed. In the late 1980s, a historian at Virginia Tech named Roger Ekirch started noticing something strange in old documents. He wasn't researching sleep. He was researching the history of nighttime, the world before electricity. And he kept running into a phrase that didn't fit: first sleep. Then, in other documents, second sleep. The morning sleep, the dead sleep, the watch. He found it in Chaucer. He found it in the Canterbury Tales. He found it in court depositions, medical manuals, prayer books, a 15th century midwife's diary, in Spanish, in French, in Italian, in English. By the time he stopped counting, he had collected more than 500 references across 6 centuries. People weren't sleeping for 8 hours. They were sleeping for about 4, waking up and going back to sleep again. And the hour they spent awake in between, that wasn't a malfunction. It had a name. Multiple names, actually. The watch, la méditation, the dorveil, the walking sleep. That was when you prayed, when you had sex, when you wrote letters, when you slipped through the back door to visit a neighbor, when you stoked the fire, when you thought about things you couldn't think about during the day. It was the most private hour of human existence, and we lost it. For 200 years, Ekirch's discovery was just historical. Old documents, old habits. Interesting, but not necessarily proof of what your body is built to do. Then, in 1992, a psychiatrist at the National Institute of Mental Health named Thomas Ware decided to test it. His question was simple. Modern humans are exposed to artificial light from the moment we wake up until the moment we close our eyes. We don't actually know what our sleep looks like without it. What happens if you take it away? See, he took 15 healthy adults. He gave them 4 weeks of nights that lasted 14 hours. 14 hours of total darkness. No lamps, no screens, no reading lights. Just black. The way the world was for most of human history. For the first few weeks, his subjects slept the way modern people sleep. Roughly 8 hours, more or less continuously. Then, in the 4th week, something shifted. They started falling asleep early, sleeping for about 4 hours, waking up, staying awake for 1 or 2 hours, calm, alert, but not anxious, and then falling back asleep for another 4. Their bodies, given enough time in the dark, remembered. And when Vere drew their blood during that middle hour, the awake hour, he found something extraordinary. Their prolactin levels, a hormone tied to deep calm, to the state between waking and sleeping, to the trance experienced by meditators, were higher than at any other time of day. Their bodies weren't malfunctioning at 3 a.m. Their bodies were doing exactly what bodies are supposed to do. So why is it built this way? For that, we look at people who still live without electric light. David Sampson is an evolutionary anthropologist who studies the Hadza of Tanzania, one of the last hunter-gatherer societies on Earth. In 2017, he and his team strapped sleep monitors onto 33 Hadza adults sharing a single camp. What they found rewrote how we think about sleep. Across 220 hours of group sleep recordings, there were only 18 minutes where every single person in the camp was asleep at the same time. 18 minutes. In a camp of 33 people, someone was always awake. Always. Older adults woke at midnight. Some woke at 1, some at 3. The grandmothers, the Hadza call them the night watch generation, were almost always up before dawn. The pattern wasn't a glitch. It was a system. Sampson called it the sentinel hypothesis. So, for 300,000 years, humans slept in groups, in the open, without doors, without locks, without anything to keep predators or rival groups from walking into camp. The only thing standing between you and a leopard at 3 a.m. was the fact that someone was awake. So the group, collectively, never closed its eyes. Your 3 a.m. wake-up is the genetic memory of that arrangement. You are doing your shift. You are watching the camp. There's no camp anymore. There's no leopard. The fire went out a long time ago. But the brain that built you didn't get the message. So what does this mean for you the next time it happens? It means the thing you've been treating as a disorder is older than agriculture, older than written language, older than the human family unit. It is one of the most stable, deepest, most universal patterns in the entire history of the species. It means the racing thoughts at 3 a.m., the strange honesty of that hour, the way old memories rise up, the way your defenses fall down. Those aren't a malfunction. The watch was supposed to feel like that. It means the worst thing you can do when you wake up at 3 a.m. is panic about it. Cortisol, the alarm hormone, is exactly what converts a normal ancient wake-up into the modern thing we call insomnia. The wake-up isn't the problem. The wake-up plus the anxiety about the wake-up is the problem. The Hadza, when someone wakes up in the night, do nothing. They lie still. They look at the fire. They go back to sleep when they go back to sleep. You can try the same thing. Don't reach for your phone. Don't check the time. Don't run the math on how few hours you have left. Just lie there. Notice that your body is doing what it has done for 300,000 years. And when the second sleep comes for you, the way it came for every human before you, let it. The 3 a.m. wake-up isn't broken sleep. It's the oldest sleep you have,